Alright. This is called Six Sigma. You have case study 7, and that's what I am going to teach you. After some time you will find, I told you, like creating stakeholders, more number of stakeholders, and then adding value to them. Quality management, total quality. Here I want to tell you why I am following this method, like I am teaching 15 to 20 minutes and immediately asking you, what did you understand? All the 20 minutes you are giving it in 1 or 2 minutes. Then I am telling you what you should understand. So that I am consolidating myself, whether I am making you understand what I want you to understand. Correct? This is one technique I learned from my daughter. I used to have extempore teaching, and the students will say very nice, and thereafter they forget what I taught. So what you are going to take back home, value. So this is the new, after 30 years of teaching, I am doing this. You understand, friends? So everything is new, Don't think change is permanent. Alright. Here, the crux of the subject I will tell you. One student, very nice boy. His father is a chartered accountant, Big Four, big man, top partner. And her mother is a doctor. She is a friend of my wife. And that boy failed 3 times, final. And very disappointed. Failure means terrible. CA exam, even results you will be so tensed. They will announce but 11 o'clock result. But then it will come in the night 11 o'clock. But friends, our institute is a great institute because they conduct exam for lakhs of students. Value, not a simple task. Okay, I am not into that. This boy is depressed. He says, I will leave CA. Chichi, I don't want 3 times. Nice boy, very good parents, tall, handsome boy, 2 sons. So then my wife told, why don't you try my husband? So he came. Father came, both. The boy is so depressed. Then in the discussion, that boy said, I asked him, which subject you are good? I have a problem, a point, friends. I have taken teaching to reform students. Whether I am reforming or not, I don't know. How much I can contribute for their change. This is my job. I will try to put my experience into their mind. I want to see them successful. So, this boy, after all talking, said, I am very good in costing. But I am not getting 40 marks in costing. So he is very good in costing, not getting 40. That means all other subjects is getting less. He said all others no issue. But I am always failing in this. This is the last exam. I won't study CA. So after listening to him, I told him, last exam I won't study CA is of no consequence. Just forget that. Let's find out why you are failing. When you think you are doing very well, you are failing. The examiner doesn't know you. He is not your neighbor to make you fail. There are many people are passing. But why you are failing? That means you are not writing the exam the way it should be written. So we should find out what is the gap between you and the examiner. So I asked him, which exam? I will give you an exam. You sit and write. You take 2 days time to read. Then you ready, come to my house, you write the exam under exam conditions. Or you write in the house. Then I'll check up what's wrong with you. He said, now itself I'll write. I am so good in costing. I will get 70 marks. But the examiner is not giving me marks. I told him, let's see. Since you wrote the latest exam, you come. Thereafter, he came the next day, he wrote the exam in his house and he came. Then I told him, I will write your exam. What you write, I wrote, compared. Same questions came, total quality management, theory of constraints, ABC analysis, activity based, all. Then I told him, now you wrote the exam, now how many marks you will get? He said, I said, if I corrected 10 marks I would have given. They are giving 38. Both are same only, you are failing. So this is the gap. You are not understanding the crux of the subject. Correct? That guy got 8th rank, big man now. Top, he passed the exams and now I think he's in US for training CPA, CPA he passed, ACMA I think he studied, this, that, everything he passed. He needed some gap. Understand? We are thinking we are the best. We should know what is there, something gap. Then you proceed further. So, now we will take up, first step is I am going to take you through total quality management first. Exactly I train you for exam. First step. Second step, case studies. I'll read the case study, how to read case study. That is very important, friends. How to read the case study. Quickly. Big story. Correctly identify the points. Give answers. That is a technique. I will train you. Then I will take you to detailed total quality management and then leave you with the material fully studied. Then you will think you are the best. That is my job. First step, friends. I am not going detailedly, just what is for exam I am teaching you. What type of questions they will ask in exam. What are the answers you will get. First you should know how will the question paper be. What should be the question paper, how will be the answers. Then only you will get 90 marks. Understand, not like reading from book and everything you go. That's not required. So first step is how to get 90 marks. I'll teach you that. And I'll make you do that big problems. Then I'll go to theory. Let us see how we'll get these things done. In the problems that have been coming from 2005, total quality management. First type of questions were 10 questions they'll ask, 5 marks. There is a change in the syllabus type of questioning. So, first question will be 20 marks, no? 5 fours, 5 into 4. That 5 questions, 5 marks question will have 10 questions, half marks per question. That is the first step. For few years they were asking like that. There, what that is, you please note, type 1 questions. I am analyzing the entire exam questions. Because one of that only will come in the next exam for you. I told you now how to get 90 marks. That is another trick. Without reading you can get 90 marks. But I don't want to train you like that. Fine. First type for 5 years you are getting like this. 10 questions, 5 marks. So in that you should have knowledge about classification, quality costs. We have to classify them into, first is appraisal cost. Costs of quality, Cost of quality, if you take, I'll tell you, this is the first step you should learn. That is, I've given all that. Right. First step is you will give training. Correct? No. So you have to educate the people and about the importance of this. So first step is preventive costs. Preventive training. Second, preventive means workers don't know anything. So you have to train them. Quality is something which everyone should believe. Importance. You are students. Today's class going on. First class costing, I think. And you are somewhere down the line you are finding the equipments. Oh, very good. The delivery, void, audio, video, materials, timetable, everything. So, the way you deal with the client, customer focused. The business is so difficult. I'll read out all that. But first step is prevention. Preventive costs. Training the workers. Second is appraisal. Appraisal means checking. One word answer, checking. Appraisal, checking. Raw material purchased. Suppose if it's a bad quality of raw material, after it becomes leather, becomes shoes, then quality is bad, then what you will do? Completely lost. So you need to have testing equipment, checking at the point of purchase, issue to production, processing, and then output. Suppose it goes to the customer, what are the implications? Internal failure, preventive costs, appraisal cost, checking, then it misses that, then you have internal failures. So you catch them before you sell defective items, then you rectify, rework, and it goes to the customer, and then he rejects warranties, replacements, loss of goodwill, selling it as discounts. All they will have a disastrous impact on you. So first step is exams. If you take, student is expected to tested on the classification of them into preventive, appraisal, and internal and external failure costs. That is the first exam. In that exam, they used to give some tough calculations. 3 problems came. Very, very difficult calculations. Defectives, normal defectives, and abnormal defectives, etc. How to deal with them. Waste, scrap, spoilage, defectives. That area is gone. And next is some little bigger problems. There, SEMA problems are there, 2, 3. They will give you, before introduction of the quality program, what were the quality costs. After the introduction of program, what are the costs. And give a report. Correct? That is the next step. Please note, friends, suppose you are reading this coaching, this material you read, you can pass. Take 4 exam questions, see the answers, you will pass. But listening from a top lecturers, now everything is available in video. You will learn a lot. From gurus, you learn crux of the subject you learn. So, that's one thing. Always, gurus, you have to learn from them. Now video is before you. I read a lot. Everybody's lectures I read. Because I want to know how better I can teach. How can I learn? This is my passion. I'll not think I am the best and all. but I want to be the best. I want to be the best. No doubts about it. Right. Now case studies. Same only, but very advanced subject is there. That we are going to take. Six Sigma. Then you will get a picture. We have to be the best. I want to create that. That's why I took first class. See friends, I am going to take alternatively. One Sunday case study. Another Sunday standard costing. Like that. So that you get some time for preparing all these things. At a time I will run it off. You may be difficult. I will give you some questions so that you can answer them. You can ask me questions. I will clarify. Things like that. So first part I am going to the subject and that is okay. This is already 16 minutes.